because they were no longer useful to him. We just got rid of them. Stalin was legendary for his purges. He killed more people in his almost as many people in his purges alone than Hitler did. Much of this is because he was in power longer than Hitler, but that's still a lot of people. You got to admit that. But this story in particular is just really makes me wonder. I mean, it's entitled, Students Seem Largely Unfazed by Spying Case. It was reported in the Philadelphia Inquirer on just shortly after the case broke. I mean, here's a couple of quotes from these students. A lot of people think this is being blown out of proportion, said senior David Friedman, age 18. I believe the school when they say they only used it to find lost or stolen laptops. Ugh, brother. God, these kids are dumb. People realize that this is not a real threat. Quote, the scary thing is that these kids, the ones that aren't already eligible to vote yet, will be in a couple of years. And these kids are so stupid. They honestly just, but you know, garbage in, garbage out. I mean, they were raised probably by a bunch of dumb parents who top in this crap. And of course, you know, propaganda from the government and the mainstream media. I mean, there's some that are just, of course, got their heads on right, but I mean, this is what happens. It's like dog training. People are told, you know, oh, this is for your own good. This is for your own safety. They're conditioned gradually to accept more and more and more tyranny and more intrusion. I mean, a lot of the stuff we have now, a lot of this like the so-called security measures where you can't have, you know, you can barely even have nail clippers on an airplane anymore, or shampoo bottles above a certain size, and now they're putting naked body scanners in airports, which violates child pornography laws. And they all introduced this all gradually. It wasn't until after 9/11, after the whole scam with that they introduced a lot of this stuff. But they were already trying to push some of this stuff even before that. They weren't able to get it through. They weren't able to get away with it yet. What most people don't realize is that things like the illegal domestic spying program, a lot of that started under Clinton, under what's called the Echelon program. And what that does is it logs a lot of phone calls and stuff like that and emails into this database, this government database, and it looks for certain key words and phrases. And they just pull anything up they want. Uncle Sam could pull up anything they want without a warrant, probable cause, and just look at it. All your phone calls, all your emails, they're all being watched. And President Bush, he expanded a lot of this. And Obama is expanding it even more. And also, even extraordinary renditions. That was also started by President Clinton. And again, expanded under Bush. And still being used under Barack Obama. What's it going to take for people to realize that our government is run by a bunch of criminals? What's it going to take that the president is not the one who's really in charge? that the ones who really run the show are a small, tiny elite, predator class, which bought and paid for nearly everybody in office and in the media. And that their interest, their only interest, is power. They have the same interest as Caesar did, as Hitler, as Mao Zedong, as Stalin, Napoleon, every tyrant in history. People are just willing to they don't pay attention to history class, and they honestly think that they're safe from all this. Wake up, people. Because even the super elites, even some of those guys, aren't safe from any of this nonsense. It looks like Congress has introduced yet another amnesty bill. Yet again, they're trying to push through another amnesty bill, and once again, they're giving us all lectures about how we're, all immigrants, crying their crocodile tears, pretending to actually care about those people when most of them don't even give a damn. I mean, honestly, if these politicians cared about all those people, why are they allowing these corporations, these big corporations, to set up a big black market where they pay these people well below market rate wages? They pay them practically nothing. On the justification they do the jobs that nobody wants to do. Well, and then the justification is, well, at least they're paid more than they are in Mexico. Well, you know what? Back during slavery, that's like saying that slavery is okay because some of them got to work in the mafia's house. But what disturbs me the most in this whole thing is a requirement in the bill for every citizen to have a biometric ID card. That's right, a biometric ID card. If you want to do anything. Now, they've shown time and time again that their interest is not securing the border. I mean, just recently, Arizona passed a law where they said they will enforce allowing them to enforce federal immigration law. And all the elitists, they're all saying that this is, it's misguided. And they're concerned about the civil rights implications of this bill, while ignoring the civil rights of all the people on the border who are getting kidnapped and killed because the criminals in Washington, D.C. refuse to do their job and refuse to secure the United States-Mexico border. Entire town, sections of the border. It's so bad that in some parts of the border they declared martial law. The Mexican military, as I've pointed out in a previous broadcast, has in several occasions illegally crossed the border without just whenever they feel like it. And they've even shot and killed Border Patrol agents and